All right, so good to see everybody, full house. So good afternoon, thank you all for being here. I just want to start by thanking our staff for setting up today's event. So communications, facilities team, thank you very much. Behind the scenes people, really appreciate it. Today's an exciting day for UMass Lowell Athletics and for our women's basketball program as we introduce our new head coach, Brianna Finch. This was a thoughtful and thorough search. And I want to thank our search committee, led by Zach Leach, our associate AD, did a lot of work. I'm going to give you a round of applause for that. I'll tell you, this is a timing thing, right? It was, portal was opening and we needed to get this done. So that was a very efficiently run search, so really happy about that. So thank you to our search committee, department staff, campus partners, and everyone else who played a role in this process. We're grateful for the continued support of our campus leadership, led by Chancellor Julie Chen, and for the guidance and partnership of the Americas Conference, led by our Commissioner, Brad Walker. Thank you for being here as well. I'm going to give you a round of applause. As a department, we're grounded in a clear mission to inspire and develop future leaders through athletics. That mission guides every decision that we make. We're also incredibly grateful for our donors and alumni who stand with us and fuel our pursuit of excellence. Their support drives our momentum, and we will continue to advance and build what's next, anchored by our greatest foundation, which are people. Here at UMass Lowell, we're committed not just to competitive, but to winning championships. At the same time, we believe deeply that it is about the process. Scores are how we are often judged, and winning does matter. It absolutely does. But it's how we win that defines us. As we went through this process, four things became very clear about Coach Finch and why she is the right leader for our program. First, her commitment to a student-first philosophy. At UMass Lowell, we are proud to be an academic institution where student athletes are students first. Coach Finch fully embraces that responsibility. She's committed to developing young women, not only as basketball players, but as students, leaders, and people prepared for life after graduation. And we have three of our basketball student athletes here. I'm going to give you a round of applause. Second, her ability to connect and build meaningful relationships. This program is about people. Coach Finch has a genuine ability to connect with student athletes, staff, recruits, and the broader community. She builds trust, communicates with authenticity, and creates an environment where people feel valued and invested. That will be foundational as we continue to grow our program. Third, her experience in building championship caliber programs. In today's college basketball landscape, the ability to evaluate, recruit, develop talent, and retain is everything. Coach Finch has demonstrated that she can build and sustain strong competitive rosters. She understands what it takes not just to compete, but to position a program to win championships. And fourth, she is respected and a highly competitive, competent leader in a basketball world. Coach Finch has earned the trust of those who have worked with across the game. She brings credibility, preparation, and a clear vision for how to lead a program at a high level. Her leadership presence will resonate not only within our locker room, but across the broader basketball community. Coach Finch brings energy, vision, and a competitive mindset to our program. She understands the opportunity here, and she is ready to build something special. We are thrilled to welcome Coach Finch and her husband, Brian. Where'd he go? He's right there. I think he's like he goes and hides. To Brian, to UMass Lowell. So, please join me in welcoming our new women's head basketball coach, number 11, Brianna Finch. So Coach Finch will say a few words, and then after that, if you have, we'll have some questions, and anyone can ask questions if they like. All right, here you go.
Thank you. All right, move this up. I have my tall heels on today. Lynn was a little bit worried. She's like, I don't know if the microphone, and then I put heels on, and then she was like, oh, are you still gonna be okay? But I also have an outdoor voice, so we'll be good. Firstly, I would like to thank Lynn Coots and Zach Leach and the entire committee for selecting me to lead this program. I'm incredibly honored for the opportunity. I want to thank everyone here today. The people are what make an athletic department and a university, and I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here and to support me. It really truly means a lot to me. I would like to thank my student athletes who are here. We are officially day 2, and we did get better today, I will tell you. We did. We talked about it after and evaluated, were we better today than we were on Friday, and we did get better. And that's what we are going to do every single day. We are going to work on, were we better than we were the day before? Okay, we are going to stack days, and we are going to continue to move forward and be focused on the process, because the outcomes will come. The outcomes will be a part of the process. And I am just incredibly honored for them to trust me in this process and to stand with me. I want to thank my family, friends, colleagues. 24 years, there are so many people, and I will not spend the entire time thanking all of them, but they have shaped me who I am and the person that I have become throughout the years and the coach that I have become. And I just want to thank, they're on the West Coast watching. It's a little bit earlier there, but that's where I'm from, California born, so I want to thank them as well. And then lastly, I do want to thank my husband, Brian, for being here. I can be what we call a porcupine sometimes, and a little bit difficult, and he has supported me every step of the way through many, many moves and many, many journeys, and I just want to thank you for your endless support in this process. If you know me and my journey to this point, it has been quite the ride. When I was at Boston, we were sitting at a dinner and somebody asked me, how many places have you been? How many places have you coached? Where have you lived? And I think we sat down, and it's now, the tally is at, I have coached and lived in 3 countries, 9 states, and 15 cities in 24 years of coaching. And I could not be more thankful for every single opportunity and every single journey, because the diversity, the people that I have met, the players that I have had the privilege of coaching, the cultures I have had the privilege of living in and observing have shaped who I am. I also have stories for days. I will not bore you with all of them, but I will tell you, on that journey of 3 different countries, my first week coaching in Denmark, I got hired, arrived in Denmark in August, and I got off. We had a tournament in Germany my first weekend. I was 7 days in with a team I had never coached before, never met, knew nothing about, and they're like, we're going to Germany to a tournament. And I was like, okay, let's go to Germany. Get to Germany, get to the hostel, not a hotel. Wow. And remember, I had been coaching college for about 12 years, so I was used to the Marriott life. Yeah. And we get off the bus, and this is the hostel, and it was a nice hostel. So there are some that are not, but it was a nice hostel. And we go to check in, and my assistant, who was Danish, was checking us in, and a male. And there were 2 rooms, so he's like, I'm going to be in this room, and then he gave me the key to the other room. That was 7 bunk beds and my entire team. Wow. So it was me in one room with my entire team and 7 bunk beds, and my assistant in his own room. And that was my first tournament with my team. We did go on to go 19-10 and make the semifinals of the professional league, but it was an amazing experience. And that is just one of many stories that basketball has taken me on, the journey I've gotten to this point. And I will bring all of those as I work to make meaningful connections, as Lynn said, with our alumni, with our staff, with our student athletes, with the greater Lowell community, because that's what I believe in, and that's where all of my joy and passion for coaching comes from. I will also say, again, if you know that story, I am fearless. I am always willing to take a chance on myself, and I believe in myself and my passion and what I get to do. And I know that our players are gonna emulate that, because that's all they're gonna know. We're gonna be fearless. We're gonna attack everything. We're gonna be aggressive. We're gonna be assertive. We are coming for everybody. We're gonna be competitive every single day. Every single day we are going to compete. And again, because we are going to compete every single day in everything we do, we are going to be successful, and they are going to be prepared for life, and they are going to attack life, and they are going to crush it. Just like we talked about crushing it today. As they left, I was like, go crush this Monday. I will also say, as I was looking at this opportunity and it presented itself, and I said this on my very first Zoom interview, when they asked, why UMass Lowell? And I talked about, I'm a motivational person. I like motivational sayings. And I said, there's one out there that you have to run toward what excites you. And this excited me. And I wanted to run toward it. When the opportunity presented itself, I knew it was something I wanted to run toward. And so I was going to, with everything I had. This is a university and a community rooted in hard work, rooted in a blue-collar work ethic. And that, again, if you hear just a little bit of my story, you'll know that that's who I am. And that's what we will be about. This university is committed to academics. I say I've been lucky, but I think it aligns again with who I am to be at some amazing academic institutions. And this is another one. I believe in the student-athlete experience and the student first. We are using basketball to prepare our student-athletes for their life beyond. And that's what this is about. So with that, I could not be more excited that everything aligned with who I am and what I believe in. And when this was offered to me, there was without a hesitation. Actually, Lynn had to tell me to take a night to sleep on it. And because I was like, no, let's do it. When do I start? I was at the Final Four, so I couldn't quite hop on a plane right away. But she's like, take a night, sleep on it. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll call you tomorrow. So I did. And then I fully jumped on it and was ready to go. I am excited to share in our vision. As I mentioned, we are going to be focused and committed to our academic integrity, first and foremost. But academics will always come before basketball because that is what they are here to do. Our student athletes are here to get their degree, and like I said, basketball is what will prepare them and is the vehicle that I get to use to mentor them. We will be committed to servant leadership, again, and I will model that behavior in everything we do. We will give back to our campus community. We will give back to our Lowell community. We will give back to our alumni and engage them. Any opportunity that we have to model that behavior and give back, we will. Again, gratitude is at the root of why I've made it 24 years in this profession and why I still find so much joy every time I get to step on the court. And finally, we will not shy away from winning. And talking about winning, we will compete. We will strive for competitive excellence in everything we do. We have such a privilege to get to do this in such a short time. And again, we are going to focus on being better than we were the day before and competing every single day. We will be process focused, as I mentioned, working to get better, believing in that. And we're going to have fun. We are going to have fun. I firmly believe that hard work and joy and fun can coexist, and they will. Lastly, we will play an up-tempo style. We are gonna, like I said, we are gonna be aggressive. We are gonna be assertive. We are going to make teams stop us. We are going to be fearless every single day. I'm a little bit of an analytics person, so a little bit of that style. We are going to win the possessions game. We talked a little bit about this already. They're starting to learn. We are going to win the possessions game. We're going to generate more possessions. We're going to be strategic in everything we do. We are going to be prepared, and we are going to go after it. So that is what we are going to be about. And as I reflect, and I'll kind of close with this, on the 24 years and all of the amazing people that I've had the privilege to coach, that I've had the privilege to work alongside and know and get to mentor, be mentored from, I know I'm prepared to lead UMass Lowell women's basketball, and I will work tirelessly, and our staff will work tirelessly to provide an amazing experience for our student athletes. Our program will be one that our alumni and our community can be proud of, and we are just excited. My husband and I are excited to join this community, and I thank you again for being here, and I thank you again for the opportunity. Thank you. I love it. It's intimate. We're gonna pack it, and and the end lines are close, so when we press for 94 feet, they're gonna be right up against the back.
There you go.
Not gonna be any room for the offense to go, right? I was emphatically told today that we love defense. Yep. I challenged them a little bit.
Coach, America East was coming off one of the best years they've had in a long time with the overall talent and their record against non-conference opponents and within the league. How attractive was the league in terms of you making the decision to come to UMass Lowell?
Yeah, no, and you're right. I was very familiar with the America East, having been at BU. We obviously played several America East teams in my time there, and the conference has made great strides from the bottom up and continuing to do so, and I firmly expect us to be there. There's been some shifts in coaching and players and things like that, so I'm excited. There's a lot of new people in the league, new coaches in the league. Obviously, rosters do change and people shift, so again, it just provides a great opportunity for us to come in and move the margin quickly. We've talked about throughout this process that the biggest thing is building our culture and who we are and that foundation first and foremost. But as we do that, I do think it's a really exciting time for the conference to continue to build, to use that upward momentum going forward.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited.
Hi, Brianna. Hi, Jason Cook from Wilson. Nice to meet you. Particularly about your experience at George Washington. You had a couple of really successful seasons there. I mean, just what experience do you think you can take from that part of your career to UMass Lowell?
Yeah, no, you're right. We had a phenomenal year. It was our first year at GW. We had to come in, similar situation, and bring in a couple pieces, but really just build a culture and, try to change the perspective of how we approach every single day. And it was a process. Every single day we had to refocus on who we are and what we're about. And we had to stay committed to that because it's not always easy. Not every day is going to be good. Some days you're gonna hope you stacked, but you might, two steps forward, 3 steps back, whatever that looks like. But we stay committed. And, I firmly believe that this past year at GW is what led me to be so prepared for this opportunity, because we built and we built and we stacked every single day and we worked every single day and we worked in the community and to build relationships and to build excitement. And we got to the end and we played our best basketball and we made a run in the WNIT. We got to I think it's the Super 8. Grade 8. It's the grade 8 in the WNIT. It's a grade 8, and won 18 games. And it was so amazing to sit in the locker rooms at the end, different locker rooms at the end of the season, to see how much joy the players had. And I think that, again, that's why we do this, right? But their confidence as it built throughout the season was what I think I'm most proud of, is just how they got better from the beginning to the end. And I'm going to take every minute and every moment that we had and that I learned and bring it to this year and moving forward. That's all of our goal, I think. We are where we are in college athletics right now. The system is, and all we can control is this place and this program. And for me, it goes back to the relationship piece. I think I am that person. I've been a recruiting coordinator for most of my time as an assistant coach. And, there are recruits, and I try to identify players early and build those relationships. And there are players that I've recruited for 2 years. I'm practically family. By the time we're done, I speak to them more than my family. You can ask Brian. And, because of that relationship and that, one, there's no surprises either. Like when those student athletes come to our program, they know who I am, what our program is about. They know our staff. And same with me, like I know who they are and how to coach them and what they're about and what their family's about. And that trust has already been built. And, we hope with at least that foundation that provides an opportunity to retain them, and we believe in player development. That's the other thing. Our staff, beyond the non-basketball piece, the next thing I asked and made sure and talked and, researched about each of one of them is their commitment to player development, because we do want to continue to develop our players over their time. And that be something that we sell to our potential recruits. Like, we can develop players, we can make you better. Because if they're going to make them better individually, we'll be better collectively. And so I think that is how we do it. Now, it is it's just the nature of the landscape, but that is definitely where my focus will be in retaining and keeping players here. Because I don't want to have to recruit out of the transfer portal every year. I also want to, it's not something where we're going to show up once and then never see our team again. We want to be committed to re-engaging with the same group over and over, and again, building the relationship. And I will say, with that and with the community service and servant leadership piece, it's also important that it's passions that they have. So our players, so you can start thinking about this, they're gonna have to give me things that they're passionate about and ways that they wanna give back and communities that they wanna serve. Because I think when it's something that they're passionate about, the commitment and the relationship is even stronger. So but again, it will be intentional, it will be consistent, and again, it's about, that's who we are, that's all we know, and we're gonna build relationships from that.
Right? So were you at Illinois?
Illinois State.
Illinois State. So we were waiting for the interview process. We went through that week, and I'm like, oh, they won again. Great. Oh, good. Then they got to that next Monday. So they win, and I believe, Zach, we worked on the travel, and to the point of when you talk about work ethic, commitment, wants something, she, I believe, had to drive from Normal to somewhere for an hour sleep, got on the plane, got here with 1 hour sleep, went through the whole day of 9 to 5 on an interview process and killed it. So we knew if you could do that with 1 hour sleep, you're probably going to be okay.
And I haven't slept since.
And then she was excited to go to the Final Four, and so it all worked out. Was well worth the wait. So appreciate everybody coming out. Love to see you at some of our games. Obviously, I see most of you there anyway, but this is your department. This is our family. This is who we are. We support each other. Bringing another teammate into the fold was really important, that we pick the right person that fits to what we are doing, that our goals and what we need to do. And as I say, we're kind. We're kind. And I was always explaining to people, there's a difference between nice and kind. Nice is just like, no, just really nice. When I make cookies, you guys say I'm nice. I'm actually kind, right? We're kind to people because we're clear. We've got to get things done. And then some days we have to say, no, we're going to do this. That's kind, is clear. Nice is just nice. We're kind. Please remember that, all right? So go Riverhawks. That's all I'm going to say.
Go Riverhawks.
All right, good job. around a little bit. If anybody wants to just say hello, that would be, you can do that.
Thank you, everyone.